last time you saw us, we were driving in a van all around the US. Our visa ran out, we flew home, and 2.5 months has passed.
Yeah. But this video is kind of to catch you guys all up on what's happened in the last 2.5 months and to get some videos out to you guys that are a little bit closer to the real time.
So I guess we should go back to, what was it? March. Easter.
Easter bunny come and let that do basket.
We came home just before Easter, which was fun because it was technically Koa's second Easter, but his first Easter he was like a tiny, tiny little newborn. So this is the first time where he maybe doesn't understand the concept, but he definitely had a chance to try Easter egg chocolate.
Right, there you go, buddy. What do you
I
think?
love it.
Which he loved, and of course Hunter got an egg hunt. She woke up, the bunny had hidden notes all around the house, a big scavenger hunt, so fun for the kids.
Especially this age.
I found eggies, Mommy. I found eggies.
It's a beautiful age for Easter and
Well,
Christmas.
3.5 she was.
Oh yeah, she was still 3. Okay, so a lot has happened. So yes, we had Easter. And then after Easter, we did a cake smash for Koa. So technically he did turn 1 when we were in the van in Frank, but when Hunter was 1, we did a little cake smash photo shoot for her and we wanted to do the same for him. So we went and bought a cake. He very much enjoyed it. I remember when Hunter was smashing it, she didn't really want to get that messy, where Koa doesn't care. He got full, covered in the cake, eating the cake, didn't want the cake to leave.
Yeah, it was nice to do something at home. It also meant we could celebrate his birthday with our family, with our friends. So yeah, technically in the van was his actual birthday, but this was a little bonus treat.
He got 2 birthdays, which is something that we like to do. I call it the birthday month. He had a birthday month.
So speaking of big things happening for little Koa Bean, we came home and we thought it was probably time he got a haircut.
His hair was all growing into his eyes and I was too nervous to cut it myself. So we took him to a hairdresser's. It was one of those cute little kid ones where he was in the car beeping and driving the little, it was like a little steering wheel, and then they cut his hair. Say hi. Oh, he's so cute.
His hair's looking so blonde.
So cute. And then on one of the days, we had just taken the kids to a little play center and they were playing and Koa just kept standing for a really long time. And Stephen grabbed out his phone because he's like, oh my gosh, he's standing for so long. This is so cute. And he was recording and he ended up capturing Koa's very first steps.
Did he just take his first steps?
Oh my gosh, we caught his first steps on camera. And again, it has been 2.5 months. So Koa is basically running, walking all over the place, running all over the place. We got to play with Hunter. Like, it is very special to see him growing, especially having time at home like this. Just being able to, like, you know, play in the playroom with Hunter and go on little, like, baby dates with our friends. It's very cute. But yes, Koa is officially walking, everyone. And saying words.
He has grown up a lot.
I know, in the
couple
last-
of months. You can just see, like, something just clicks. Like, with
Yeah.
the walking, I think it was big confidence thing because like
Yeah, it's like you can see when it goes from a baby to a toddler, and he's definitely turning into that like little baby toddler, which is so cute. And both of the kids have just been loving being at home. They've been going to swimming lessons. Hunter started like a little mini science lesson where she wears a lab coat and they do little science experiments. There's been messy play where Koa he loves getting messy. So basically it's a class that for an hour he can just get messy. So they play with slime and all like edible things like cereal, lettering trucks and all these things that he plays with. He loves it.
it's great because we don't have to do any of the cleanup. You
Yeah.
literally just take your kid there for an hour. They get so messy. They put out water buckets, you dunk them in, clean them up, and you leave. And they clean it all
It's
up.
so good. If you're in Perth, it's called Made to be Messy. I definitely recommend it. They even do, Hunter's been going to art classes there.
Yeah, it's
very
great.
cute.
And we've continued Hunter's swimming lesson, so we popped it back in while we were at home. We did a whole full program, and we popped Mr. Moo into swimming lessons as well, which is just so adorable.
It's so
the whole
cute, like-
idea is just to get them used to the water and not scare them of the water. So you just sing nursery rhymes and they splash, splash, splash. Totally
It's so
adorable.
cute. It's so interesting seeing their little personalities are so different. Like Hunter is such a water baby. She loves the water, except She always has a fear of putting her face under the water. So that was been the big thing about these swimming lessons, is that's getting her confidence into going under the water. But Koa, he will just go straight under, doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's sitting on the wall. He's like, I'm diving off. So he's the one that we're going to have to watch around water. Like Hunter's cautious. She won't just jump into any water. Where Koa, he will see a jetty and he'll be like, I'm going to go run to the end of that jetty and I'm going to jump in. So we're definitely going to have to get used to that, especially now that he's walking. I feel like it's going to make traveling so much more different. So now we're into May and I had my birthday and we actually had our friends from Sydney come out for a whole week and we went on a little road trip down south. It was so nice to be able to show them some of our favorite spots and just to like, I guess, enjoy our hometown and go on like a little mini road trip as a family.
Just made cupcakes.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want rainbow cupcakes with little pony on top and sprinkles? Okay, let me go make it. All made. What? What did I just make?
That is for you, Will.
What? It's for real life. Go show mum. And also at that point, we hadn't been home for a while, so it was nice to just go to your favorite cafe, to your favorite beach, have a mini staycation if you want to call it. And then of course showing friends where you live is always great because you're like, come on guys, WA is the best place. Come move here.
Always trying to convince people, just come move to WA. We love it so much. And then speaking of birthdays, after my birthday, it was Hunter's birthday. She's officially 4.
1, 2, 3. You like to make it easy like ABC. That's just the way it
And it
goes.
was so much fun. We asked her what theme she wanted and she loves carnivals and fairs. So she said she wanted a carnival birthday. So basically what we did is we bought a bunch of toys that kids could win. So they had to go and play carnival style games. Like we had a bucket full of water with duckies and people had to scoop the duckies out of the water and on the back would say how many tokens they win. So much fun. Absolutely loved it. Hello. I just finished her lunch. See ya.
Bye.
Hunter, we were talking about your birthday. Did you want to tell them anything about your birthday party? Come here. It was your big day. You may as well tell them about it.
What did you do for your birthday?
Do you have a bouncy castle?
Yeah.
Did you have a popcorn machine?
Uh-huh.
Did you have an amazing cake?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hunter. Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
So that kind of brings you guys up to date on what we've kind of been doing. When we were putting out the van life series in America, some of you were like, hey, it is snowing in Colorado, but it is the middle of summer at the moment. Don't want to reveal the kind of magic behind the curtain, but yes, sometimes we do film some videos and they come out a little bit later because we want to balance between traveling full time and of course having some family time at the same time.
So it kind of allowed us to have the 2.5 months at home, but still bring out videos for all of you. So yeah, I feel like that's really important, especially as the kids grow up. We would love to make sure we spend a couple of months at home and then a couple of months on the road and kind of balance it that way. So we've been able to do that now and we found like a really good routine in that, which has been amazing.
Yeah,
but
I think so.
We have some very, very exciting plans happening for the rest of the year.
Hey everyone, this video is kindly sponsored by MyHeritage DNA. So a couple of weeks ago, our MyHeritage DNA kits came in the post.
I just love it. Like finding out where you're from is so interesting.
And it was so simple to collect our samples and send them off. Plus, MyHeritage DNA is committed to their privacy policy to never license or sell genetic information. And we are so excited because today...
Results are in.
Do you want to swap? You can tell me, I can tell you.
Okay, you
This is
are
very epic.
51% Scandinavian,
That's cool. I wonder if that's why I was blonde when I was younger.
29.9% Irish, Scottish, and Welsh.
Makes sense, parents from the UK. That's awesome.
Well, so half of you is Scandinavian.
All right,
Tell me mine.
Jessica, ready to explore your ethnicity?
Yes, 90% English.
Jessica, you are 68.5 Irish, Scottish, Welsh.
Okay, that's what I guess.
Whoa, that's massive. 12.9% East European.
Okay.
So you're definitely very European
Very
at this
Europe,
point.
yeah.
You're like
Yeah, all in Europe,
90%
basically.
Europe. And then 11% English.
Okay.
Like, that is so cool. It'd be so interesting to do the kids.
I know.
Because then we can see like what has been merged.
Yes.
So if you guys are interested to find about your heritage, to do a DNA genetic test, check the description below or scan this easy to use QR code so you can get a offer using our exclusive discount code, as MyHeritage DNA is running a promotion right now. Thanks so much. Let's head back to the vlog.
Which leads us into our first question, which is where to next? Should I reveal just like the first country we're about to go to?
I think some of you were guessing. We put a Instagram reel out and that kind of spilled the beans a little bit. I'll link it below so maybe you guys can head to that Instagram reel and take your guesses.
Which also spills the beans because we're currently not in our house right now, are we?
No,
we may have been back on the road already.
Yes.
So get ready for some fun videos coming your way.
So many fun videos. We're not going home till 2025.
Yeah, so basically over the next 7 months, we're going to be going to 3 continents. That gives a good hint. And we are going to be doing our expeditions. So you know where those are. We're going to be traveling with people in Iceland, in Kenya, and in Peru. But the rest we're going to leave as a little surprise.
Yes.
As the year goes on.
Yeah, it's always fun for you guys to find out where we're off to next, but lots and lots of fun stuff coming your way.
So another question we got was, do you have an itinerary from your Frank motorhome trip? We would love to replicate it. And we've noticed all the time, we'll get messages being like, do you just have a breakdown full itinerary of your trip to Slovakia or what you did in Romania? And so what we've decided to do is we've jumped onto Google Maps and you can actually create an entire map with pins of everywhere we've been, all the places we recommend you stay, you eat, sleep, activities, everything we've done in one country. And what we're going to be doing is creating these itineraries for you. So you can basically sit down and go, I want to go to Japan, I want to go and do everything that Stephen and Jess did. And you can open up this map and you can just see all the pins of everywhere we've been and done and eaten and everything like that. So I think that that's really going to help you guys plan your next trip. So I've been working on this.
And it's so easy to just import it into your own personal Google Maps, like on your phone, on your laptop, and then you can be traveling and be like, oh, I'm in Osaka, what do we recommend? Where did Stephen and Jess go? And you can look, or you can use it for your pre-planning. So you can see like every pin that we have got on. I think Jess has done 3 of them at the moment. So as you guys know, we have been to Japan 7 times.
Yes.
We've seen some amazing spots, some hidden spots as well.
At the moment, I've made one for the Kyoto, Osaka region and then one for the Tokyo area.
Yeah.
So far, we have been to a lot of others. So I'm just trying to really spend time on each area. So we've got 2 for Japan made. I've got 1 for Singapore made and 1 for our Frank trip. So everything we did, saw, stayed when we were in the US.
And we'll link them below so you guys can go check them out and hopefully it helps you with your planning.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna keep doing more.
Yeah.
So if you...
Maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, I'll go through all our, because I've saved everywhere we've been. So I'll just go through our Google Maps and make them and then just slowly add more and more and more. Or if you have any requests on a trip you've seen us do in the past and you're like, I'd love to have that full breakdown on a Google Maps, let me know and I can make that.
Yeah, like the Slovakia one, I know we use that as an example, but if you just remember like, oh, where did they stay? Or I'm going and I really want to do, just send your request down so then we can build it out for you guys.
Another thing we get asked a lot, which I actually find quite, I guess it's not the way I would see it. So a lot of people always say like this question, would love to try prolonged travel with kids, but I'm worried about social development. And I don't know, I feel like Hunter, for example, Cole was so little, so he hasn't really had much, I guess, social development yet. But Hunter's now 4. And just seeing her on the road and interacting with locals, especially local kids, and the way that she can develop friendships just from like meeting people on the road. So just say we could be in a country, just say Japan, where the kids can't even really speak English. And she goes up to them on the playground and they just start playing together. And just having those moments, I guess she's put in those situations where she's like, okay, I don't know anyone right now. I'm going to go up to someone, and we've taught her just to go up and say, hi, my name's Hunter, would you like to play? Just to see if they're interested in playing with her and just having...
And we just built on that. Like, we try to get her to ask them 3 questions, like, what's your name? This is my name. What's your favorite color? Or what's your favorite
Or where are
food?
you from? Because sometimes it's another person who's also traveling. And I think
when it's a different language, that can be a bit of a hit and miss, but play, I feel like any language knows play.
Yeah.
Like, let's go down the slide, let's run around. They get it. And then if we're in a country where, I don't know, the UK or even where we are at the moment, where English is a second language, they still teach.
They'll speak. Yeah, they'll speak. It's so cute as well. Like Hunter will run up to me and she'll, Mummy, they speak English. And then she'll...
very excited.
And if you speak another language, it's Spanish. That's what she thinks. Everyone else in the world speaks Spanish, which is so cute. Even like when we go and do places like hotels that have kids clubs or cruises, there's always time for her to play with other kids and even interact with people that aren't kids. Just say if it's when we were in Mongolia or Bhutan and our guide, and she's learning from a local all day, we're with them and she's learning about what they eat. And sometimes they'll invite us to their home. Remember the driver from Bhutan?
Yes.
He invited us into our home. We met his family. We met, his grandkids and stuff like that, whoever lives in the area, and learn their way they eat. And I just think that's just been such a special way of growing up for Hunter.
Definitely. I would almost say your concerns with your question, which is very, very valid concern.
And I'd probably something that I was worried about before I started traveling with kids myself.
I would almost say it's the complete opposite. Of course, I'm not a kid playing. I can just observe. But I would say it's helped Hunter more because I suppose when you're with your kids, it's almost complacency happens. Whereas Hunter will go to a playground and she does things that me as an introvert would never do. I would never walk up to someone in a different country and be like, hi, my name is Stephen, do you want to play? Like, she does things, I'm so proud of her. And so
I think it's been a very good way to get her out of her comfort zone, I guess, and make friends with people all around the world with all different cultures and backgrounds. And it's really cool.
And sometimes she's like, brings up people she's met. She's like,
remember.
I miss this person, especially if it's like a kids club on a cruise
where she's playing with them every day.
Multiple engagements.
And she also has all her little friends at home too. Same as Koa.
Yes.
There's these little baby friends and she has her friends.
And we FaceTime them. We have Google Photos and you can search by like name. So she's like, I want to look at photos of Hugo and Charlie or Isla and Tommy, and I can easily like organize that for her. And then she'll have a scroll, which is very cute.
Another question we get bombarded with is about schooling. So do you think you're going to slow down traveling now that Hunter is going to school? All those things. So currently Hunter is 4 years old, and it means that here in Australia, she is old enough to go to kindergarten, which is actually non-compulsory. So you can choose if you want your kid to go to kindy or not, at least in Western Australia. And so while we were at home for the 2.5 months, Hunter actually went to kindy. So she started school. She went for almost all of term 2 and she loved it so much. Hunter definitely loves that school environment, playing with other kids. She also loved how much arts and crafts they did, of course, which is something that
we loved. Getting the arts and crafts home.
I've got a book I've kept everything she's made. I'm like, this is so cute. So yeah, she's been to kindy, which is so amazing. And so basically after discussions together, we've decided what we want to do is that each year we want Hunter to go to a term at school. So this year she did term 2 at kindy, and then the rest of the term I'm homeschooling her. Technically I don't have to homeschool her right now because it's not compulsory, but next year she'll be going into pre-primary, which means that is compulsory. She's of school age.
So the next year when we're pre-primary, she'll go home for the first term, full school experience, and then from term 2, 3 and 4 Jess is going to homeschool Hunter. If you haven't been here for a while, which is totally fine, we've been doing this for almost 10 years. Jess is actually fully qualified primary school teacher. So
I can teach kindy up to year 7.
Yeah, and then we just need to enroll with our school. They send us everything we need to teach to Hunter, and we talk back and forth with the school for the other terms.
Yes, so that's what we're gonna do. And I actually think with education as well, she learns so much from being on the road. So I love that she gets a balance. But I also see, I think maybe being a teacher, seeing the importance of having that time at school. So that's why we want her to go to school just 1 term a year, so she gets that, play with the other kids, forms that community, and she'll always go back to that same school for the whole time she's going to primary school. Same for Koa, but Koa's a baby. So he doesn't go to school yet, but he just started learning his words.
He did.
That's exciting.
Mama, dad. More.
Yeah, he goes more. He started to do baby sign. He'll say more.
It's
food.
It helps so much. Like he'll point and more. And like, water.
This is meant to be it, but he does this.
Yeah, which is just as adorable.
That is very cute. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you this question because Stephen actually hasn't looked at the questions. I was the one that screenshotted, but it said, "How are you feeling? Like for real? Are you okay? Happy? Anxious? Sad? Excited? How are you feeling?" I think that's a good question. How have you been feeling?
Yeah, really good actually. It's so hard to talk about these things. I always explain it as like you guys go, or you did as a kid, you watch SpongeBob SquarePants to just be entertained. You don't want to hear about how SpongeBob SquarePants is made, if you get what I mean. So when we're talking on this side, which is creating videos, which is technically our work,
Yes.
right? It's a big balance, and it's a thing that we've been learning for the last decade, right?
Finding a balance between full-time travel, filming videos, editing videos, creating things, looking after kids and all that, and then also just having a balance of also taking time off.
Definitely.
And, actually having a weekend and things like that.
Which is just a little bit behind the curtain on that side. I won't dwell too much into it unless you guys want to, but it is the balance of we're a small business, so we have to make sure that income is coming in, and then you're balancing the income with what we're earning from the videos. And then before, in the past, we would make sure we could work every hour that we were traveling, because just think, if we book an Airbnb for 3 nights and it costs us $200 a night, right? But we're not making any content, means it's an absolute loss, right? So before, we would be like, no, we need to go out. And we would totally burn ourselves out to the point where we're like,
We need to go
over it.
home.
So that's why this year it's been great. We worked all the way up until we went traveling.
We worked
up until
January, February, March. So it was 3 months straight.
Yeah.
And then we went home for almost 3 months.
Yeah.
And now we feel all
2
refreshed.
months, I think it was.
Was it 2.5 months?
2.5 months. Feel so refreshed.
And ready to do it all over again. It's also nice for the kids too, because we found a nice balance. Like now that we're on the road, we've worked out we're going to, I guess, travel for 2 months, and then we'll go take a month off somewhere where we just don't film, but we're still overseas, just because it's so expensive to get home to Australia. That's why when we leave, like how right now we're in Europe. Because we've flown all the way to Europe, we now just take our time off here in the continent of Europe instead of flying home. But yeah, that's why I think we've been feeling really good. I feel like we've officially found our balance of work, family, downtime, which is feeling amazing.
And that constantly changes.
Right now, I feel like we have found it. Like it is great, and the kids are just so happy, and they're just so excited to explore. I saw that was another question. People were like, was it hard to get, like if you were home, was it hard to get the kids to want to go traveling again? But all of us were ready to go. Like Hunter was so excited. She was packing her bags. When we were at home, she was playing travel.
Oh, yes.
She would get her little suitcase, and she was like, I'm going to go traveling. And she'd pack a suitcase, and she's like, okay, guys, come in the plane. We're going traveling. So you can see the lovers there.
Do you know what the one place was? She's like, let's go pack our bags and go to Bali, because we went to Bali, and Craig and Amy from King and Ed, if you guys know them, had this epic pool, and she still talks about it. She thinks that's where they live.
Yeah,
like,
she
let's
thinks
go
they
to
live
Craig
in
and
Bali.
Amy's house.
In Bali.
And we went and bought her a wooden, if you guys know, I know Americans have Kmart, but it's not the same.
We said we
Kmart
wouldn't waffle on this video, but we're waffling, but keep going.
Our Kmart in Australia is your Target in America, right?
Yeah.
So amazing. We got this wooden travel kit which had a passport. I printed out a passport photo for Hunter, and we would play travel at home.
a koala eye mask,
Yes.
and she would play travel. So the answer to that is yes, the kids were very ready to go traveling again, because I think it's Hunter's favorite thing. She loves seeing her friends, but she loves to go traveling.
And any parent can agree, looking after your kids is way easier when you're out and doing things. Seeing the environment, going to a playground, new things rather than being stuck inside the house.
Yes, that's another reason why we like traveling with kids. Easy to keep them entertained every day. Okay, the next one, which is very important, Steve, is that we have been asked probably 500 questions on what pram do we use? What cot do we use? How do you feed your kid on the road? How do you get your kids to sleep on a plane? I'm scared to do this traveling with the kids. All these questions about traveling with kids. So of course we had 2 months at home, and what did you do, Steve?
I find it
Stephen's
really hard to switch off.
He's very bad at switching off. I switched off for 2.5 months. It was great.
What did you watch for 2.5 months? Please share them. Waffle.
Are we gonna waffle?
Yes, we're gonna waffle. Share
Are you
them
talking
the
about-
reality TV show that you watched, the US version, the UK version, the Canadian version, the Australian version.
Here we go. So there's this show called Traders. It's the best reality TV show I've ever seen in my life. So if you know the game Mafia, then you'll understand what Traders is. That's all I'm gonna... we're not waffling.
What's your season you recommend they go watch if they haven't seen it before?
Okay, go watch season... What was that really good one?
Was it
Season
Canada?
1 or 2 of UK.
Of UK.
Just go
Season
watch
2
the
of
UK.
UK. That was
it
the last
season
one you
2?
watched.
Okay, season 2 of UK Traders and Thank Me Later.
And
It's
your
my show.
binge.
So that's what I spent my 2 months doing.
What I spent my 2 months doing was writing, filming, currently editing a complete How to Travel with Babies masterclass. There is maybe 81 modules ranging from 5 to 15 minutes long, talking about every nitty gritty thing to do. It is what we've learned with traveling with babies. So we've traveled with babies for the last 4 years now, yep. And I think Hunter took her 100th flight just
She took
before.
her 100th flight, was getting to Europe.
Yes, so
Crazy.
There's-
We've flown 100 flights with a kid.
there's everything you guys want, from travel cart to like how to go through security as a family. Wow, there's just so much, like all those little questions, so that if you are feeling anxious before you go traveling, or you know somebody that's about to go traveling, hopefully it answers all your questions. Because before I wrote that course, I sent out a survey. Over 500 people sent questions in, so I know you guys want the information with every little thing. Now, hopefully I've covered it all. I think it's, at the moment, before being edited, like over 7 hours, and that.
But he'll cut it down.
I'll cut it down.
Um,
So I
Is
can
there
pop up a
I was
little.
going to say, can they pre-order it? or
Maybe I'll
anything?
put a little trailer for it here so you can see it. The mere thought of traveling with a baby can induce so much stress and anxiety that it could make you reconsider your trip altogether. The stress associated with managing a baby, what to pack, the dreaded flight, plus all the unpredictable nature that comes with travel and babies. The idea of a journey with an infant, just not enjoyable. But for us, none of these compared to the lifetime memories that we have made with our babies traveling the world. Whether it's surviving the streets of Delhi to camping in yurts in Mongolia to enjoying the Italian coast, traveling with the baby can be one of the best decisions that you can make as a parent. Hi, I'm Stephen Parry Valentine. I'm a dad of 2 little ones, and for the last 3 years, we've been traveling full-time as a family with our babies. And I'll put a little link below if you're interested in reading more about it, pre-ordering it. Maybe I'll put a little discount for you guys for listening to our waffles. But hopefully it covers everything you want to know.
And another question we get a lot is, will you be doing any family-friendly expeditions? So if you don't know, we do about 3 expeditions every year where we go traveling with you guys. One of our favorite things is group travels, and even before we started expeditions, we would seek group tours and do them all the time. We absolutely love meeting people on the road. It's a favorite thing. And since we've started doing expeditions, how many have we done now? Like 7?
Nope, we will be announcing number 10.
No, but we haven't done this year's yet.
Oh, we
So
haven't
we've like done
this
7,
year's.
and we have made like friends for life.
We've gone,
people that
we've
we've
met
met.
people for coffee in different countries. We've gone on cruises with people.
We've gone to Disney with people that we've
like,
met.
we've
We've
actually-
had people, the people that came and stayed with us from Sydney, we met on an expedition.
Yes.
Anyway,
so we love
so
doing
we
them.
love doing them, and so one thing that we've been really wanting to do is do a family-friendly expedition, which is always a little bit more complicated to get organised.
We've been trying for 3 years now. I promise you, we've been trying, and I understand the hypocrisy that our kids can come and your kids can't come.
know,
It's
it's
a
more-
completely different legal
Yeah,
thing.
it's like the insurances, or they were like, yes, the kids can come, but the price is the same even if you're one.
Yeah.
You know, things like that where we're like, no, we have a certain way that we want to run it. And so we just got an email with an itinerary and an improved price. And it's looking good.
It's looking good.
But that's all I can say right now because it actually needs to be like finalized.
Because we've gotten
But-
so close before and it's not.
Yeah,
So,
but in the next few weeks, we might be
Yeah.
announcing something,
we've got a
okay?
little expeditions link below. Please pop your names down because that's where we announce the expedition.
So let's just say 2025, we may be hosting our first ever family expedition, which is so exciting. That's the end.
That's the end of the waffle.
Like we talk so much in this. But I hope you guys are a little bit caught up, and I hope you're excited for all these adventures.
Yeah, why don't you if there's any questions we missed, leave it in the comments
Yeah,
below.
we'll answer them in the comments.
Any places you'd like us to go to in the next 7 months? It's
yeah,
not
'cause we've-
fully booked.
Exactly. So
There
we
are
have
some
things
spots.
open.
And I hope you guys appreciate and understand why sometimes the vlogs are a little bit
Behind.
Behind,
But, we try and like catch up and then goes where did it? Anyway.
Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week with us flying to Europe.
Bye.
So make sure you use our exclusive discount code FDN for free shipping on your MyHeritage DNA kit.